Karen called a couple weeks ago, I think, and asked if I would be able to talk at all about upcoming things in the school year or what's happening in between. And as I've had a time to put some of that together and think about it, a lot of people ask at the beginning of the summer, what do you guys do all summer? There's no kids, there's no staff, and quite honestly, we've had an incredibly busy summer this year, and hopefully we can walk through some of the things that have been a part of that. And I didn't, until we started putting these things together, I didn't realize how many projects and initiatives we have underway for the coming school year, but we have a lot of change happening in the ROCORI district coming into this school year. And so as I was looking at all those things, I thought I'd share what's new in the ROCORI district, and it covers a lot of different ground. Buildings and facilities. We have undergone a lot of change from May to today, and we're still doing a lot of that change in a variety of places, and I'll try and walk through each of them. Our district office, the high school building, has seen quite a bit of renovation. Middle school is seeing some change in Cold Spring Elementary. Richmond and John Clark sites we haven't done much with this summer, but we've been doing a lot of work with all the rest of the district in terms of making changes in program. We are moving out to that relocatable building from the district office. First of all, I think we as a district office, although we have to be located somewhere, I think being right smack in the middle of the high school building, we interfere a lot with the operations of the building just because we're there. And so moving us out allows the high school to be centered on high school issues and not district issues. The second thing it does is, as we move out, the space that we currently occupy is going to become a special education center and a special education headquarters for the building. When we move out and those 3 teachers move into that opens up 3 classrooms out in the rest of the high school building. Last year we had 4 or 5 teachers on a cart. They were moving from room to room. We had 5 classes during the course of the day being conducted in the auditorium, which is certainly not the best setting for a regular classroom setting. One other thing, in this one you may have seen some articles. I know Dwayne did a story about it with Digilog, and Mark has been talking about it a little bit in his columns, but our tennis courts have been in terrible condition, and it's on our capital plan, but it's 5 years out now, and each year it stays 5 years out because we have some other things that become a more pressing need for us. There's a new product that's come out in the last couple of years, and you can see it in the design here. One of the things is, by looking at the different color areas, the black stripes and that, you can see the condition of the courts. They're not in very good condition. But we've had a group of volunteers working over the last month, and as I understand, they have a couple more weeks probably of volunteer work to do, but they are taking out all of this. They're on their hands and knees, scraping all of that out of the cracks that exist. They're replacing it with a new kind of a filler that's designed especially for tennis courts. And if you go back and you look at the surface now, it's a tremendous improvement, and it's a great advancement. So we're working on the tennis courts, but that's all being done by volunteer process, and really an improvement there.
If you'd introduce yourself, please.
I'm Kurt Peterson.
And I'm Reggie Fraley.
All right, give me a feel for what it was like to play on these courts in the old days with that sticky, gooey stuff. Tell me about it.
It wasn't tennis. It was almost impossible to actually play the game out here. Step around and your feet get stuck.
Directions of the ball would change so easily if it hit the black.
So how is it out there today?
It's awesome. Straight balls, and we're doing some good hitting, so the court's working pretty good.
They painted the lines now too, and it actually looks like real tennis courts, so they did a really good job.
Cold Spring Elementary has had some changes. If you go to the west side of Cold Spring Elementary, most of their changes have been external. This area here over the last, since I've been here, this being the 5th year that I've been in the district, that area has all been grass, supposedly. Mostly it's been a big mud hole or dirt hole. And what we did was pave that with asphalt. The parent-teacher group has, in their fundraising over the last year, they donated enough money to change this all into an asphalt area. In the next 2 weeks, I think that the PTC is also holding an evening event here. And they are going to take this asphalt and they're going to paint games and other things on here so that there's a permanent game structure so that kids have that. So then each school building should be a place that kids want to come to every day. And a key part to that, I think, is the last part also. It also means that the staff members want to be there every day. Not only should kids want to be there, but our adults in the district need to want to be there. And so those two things have been kind of guiding a lot of what we've been deciding over the last year.